Did we rush in making senior high school free?
That's a big one. I think that we have heard a lot so far. Probably looking back, maybe things could have been done a little differently. I don't know whether we could have piloted a bit to see how it goes and then we scale it up nationally. I mean, that would have been an option. But then again, here we are, and we have heard of all the successes that have come out of the policy that has been made. And indeed, everybody here has acknowledged that it's been largely successful, but it has not been without the challenges that have been mentioned. And definitely, we are seeing those challenges because of how it was implemented too. So where do we move from here? I think that it's time for us to sit together, have the right people, all stakeholders together to have conversations. Definitely, everybody wants all children to have good access to education. We want them to be able to do well. But then parents are stakeholders, teachers are stakeholders, the government is also a major stakeholder. We are seeing that these are some of the problems that are coming out of this policy that has been implemented over the years. How do we move forward from here? The other issue, if you look at the video that was shared, the documentary that was shared, you can see that a lot of people were going anonymous. People are afraid, some people are afraid to speak up openly. We have heard some cases in the media about people being removed and all that from office and all that. So there should be openness. There should be a lot of transparency because there's something that affects all of us. And indeed, there are parents who are unable to afford, rightly so, and there are some who say that they are willing to pay so that their children do not suffer hunger in schools or the overcrowding and all that does not become a problem. So if we have a platform where all these people have a voice, there is where we will find all the solutions rather than, well, again, because it's been so highly politicized, but we all have to move away from there. Everybody has applauded the president for and the government for this initiative as it's been a very good one. But as the challenges have arisen, we all need to own up and see the way forward, remove some of the politics or all of the politics if possible, because the country should have an agenda or a national plan for development that is not like partisan. So once we all know that this is what we want as a people, then it doesn't matter who is saying what. We will have to look at the facts as it is and see what the problem is. If looking at the challenges that have arisen, we think that, okay, more day schools may work for certain areas, then we can look at it scientifically and arrive at solutions to the problems or the issues that are arising. If food is the problem, how do we get more food to these schools? If funding is the problem, how do we get funding for these schools? Rather than all this fear, you know, in some cases, because then it's as if, well, if it smells like a duck, it walks like a duck, then it must be a duck, and a double, it must be a duck. You see, so everybody is saying there are challenges. So we need to just come together, and government is in the right place to say that, let's look at this, let's review it, and it may cost, nothing good comes free. You know, there have been some sacrifices, but we've made a lot of progress with this. And we can see that people are committed to having children have access. So that is not of question. That is not in question at all. Everybody wants children to have access to education. So now, where do we move from here?
Okay.